I'm Patrick Barry with IQless. Today is May 13th, 2022. In this video, I'm going to show off a little about my new T-Rex stand, the customizable plaques I've been working on. Okay, let's show this and talk about the plaques for this. So first of all, I'm not going to cover this too much in the video, the entire thing, but also to give you some size perspective, there's a spool, so you can get a perspective on the entire thing. And at this point, if I haven't already done a video on this, I will do a whole video on it because
the base against the spool, right?
Yeah, I'm just doing
It's hard to tell because it's
I'm just showing the size comparison. So here's a big spool, just so you can kind of get an idea what the size is. I guess we'll show that off for a second, but I'm not going to do too much details on this one right now because that's not the point of the video. The point of this video is the customized plaque. So what I did do with this guy is these nuts come off. These bolts, I should say, sorry. So you can make custom plaques and replace them with whatever you want. And the bolts I have actually are 15 millimeter bolts, so you can use a socket wrench. But if you use a socket wrench, be gentle. This is plastic. You will tear them apart really quickly, so it's just for convenience. You can get them just a little snug and you're good. So that was the original idea, so we're using the Jurrasic Park font. And if you don't have that, you're going to have to go download it to your own custom one. And then these scars actually are part of the font, but they actually don't show up, so I actually had to render them and bring them back in, but we'll go over that in a minute. And so we made a custom one, and I'll put this, if it's not already out there on Printables, it will be. My daughter thought this was a cool idea, so I have an assistant to the regional manager, and to is slashed out. But with this idea, you can take the Openscad. You do need to download the, if you want this same font, you need to go download this font and get it working. But then you can make any custom font, any custom plaque you want. You can make Best Dad Ever or something. I mean, Father's Day is coming up. And then all you got to do is, put the new ones on. So, customize. I'm sure most people just want the Tyrannosaurus Rex, but you could make whatever silly thing you want to do, right? Like assistant to the regional manager. So, how's that? I haven't actually put this on yet, so I don't know how the bolts are gonna. I think that looks pretty good. So with that, let's go over the Openscad code and the details on how to do this, so you can make any custom one you want. Okay, let's go over some URLs, then go over the details. So I just posted this, so now over on Printables, it's the T-Rex skull custom plaques, and there's a link, and I'll put a link in the show notes. But also, this model is just a plaque customizer, and what you really need to do is have the T-Rex. I also posted this, the T-Rex skull threaded with stand, that has everything and has the basic plaque, but you might want to customize it. And for this, I put the Openscad out here, plus a couple of plaques out there, so you could check it out. Also, if you're going to do this, you want to keep the Jurrasic Park font. You have to go download the Jurrasic Park font and install it, and I'll put a link in the show notes here. But this is where it's at. You can go download it and grab it. But with that, let's go over the numbers. So to print one of these guys takes about 2 hours and 24 minutes. It takes 2.3 central electricity, and it weighs 0.018 kilograms. And at $20 per kilogram, it comes out to 36 cents. So total cost to print one of these guys out is about 39 cents. So not too bad. It allows you pretty easily how you can customize it. And also you can see I'm also, doing a color change swap at one point so I can get different colors. And here I did two. I went, black, red, and then black again. And here I just did the one, black and red. I think I like the black and red just straight up better. But hey, do what you want. It's customizable, right? Okay, with that, we'll show you the Openscad, which I actually have not put out on GitHub, but it's in the file. Go download it from Printables. But here it is, and you can tweak it. So a couple of things I've done. Now, this is probably a good example. One thing that's peculiar to this, so here's the Jurrasic Park. Boom, boom. The Jurrasic Park font that I downloaded, and there may be other ones that are similar Jurrasic Park fonts, does not have numbers or weird characters in it. So if I go down here, line 68, you see here's the dad. Now if I put number one dad, and run that, you'll see, that's going to confuse you. Let me do that. Boom. You'll see that the number sign does not exist in this font. It just has this Jurrasic Park emblem, which is neat if you want it, but I don't want it. But also with numbers, they're kind of cool that, here is the number one, here's the number 2, which is 2 claws, 3 claws, 4 claws. It's kind of cool, but unfortunately, and you may have more luck than I had, but when I was trying to render it, even though it looked fine, when it tried to render the claws, it kind of didn't want to render the claws. So what I did, let me get this back to just Dad. What I did is I took those claws, tweaked them a little bit, made them SVG files. So you can see down here, I defined 2 SVG files. So I have, well, there's 4 SVG files. There's a 1 claw, 2 claw, 3 claw, and 4 claw. And so you can kind of arrange them how you want, put them how you want. So here in the upper left, there's that 2 claw, and I could make it a 1 claw. Boom. I could, rotate it some more if I wanted to. And I can put it where I want. So that way you can kind of fiddle with the claws, put them where you want. That's how I made the assistant to the regional manager and crossed out to the, with the claw marks. So you can fiddle with those, put them where you want. But the claws in the font don't work, so you kind of have to use these SVG files to move around. Also, if you want to use anything other than just regular letters, like number 1, you're kind of forced to go do what I did here, where I put number 1 in here, but I used a different font, Alpha Slab 1. Also, good note, if you want to change, let me run that. If you want to change it to a different font, you can go up here, go to Help, go to Font List, and this will show you all the fonts that are available. And so I can just choose one. Let me choose California MT, bold, and click Copy to Clipboard. Copy to Clipboard, hit OK, and then I'll hit Paste, and it'll paste that in. Now it'll be this font. So now that's whatever the California there is. So let me undo it because I like the other one. So that can help you to understand if you download the Jurrasic font, Park font, and put it in there, you make sure it works. But also, I have some, I can't remember right now. If someone needs some help, I'll put some information in the show notes or put a post down here. One of my other videos with Openscad on Windows, it doesn't respect the font location for some reason that's in Windows, and that may change. Maybe in the next delivery it'll fix it, but you have to actually put the font somewhere else. If you have a problem with the fonts, post a message here. I'll post some messages back and we'll work through that. But you need the Jurrasic Park font, otherwise you just have your basic fonts. And maybe you want basic fonts, maybe you don't want the Jurrasic Park fonts. But there you go, you can tweak it, or I can come down here, remove that one, bring this one back. And you can change the sizes, change the locations. I have the generic size up here, 25. I'll say it's 25 originally. But I can change that to, if I want to do 2 lines, I can say 13. Makes it smaller. But then I'm going to have to rearrange them because here we're translating it right here, so it's 4 over. We probably want to go maybe 10 up or something like that. Not too high. 6 up. Boom. And then you might want to, what do you want to do? Whatever you want to do. Fun run. So there's the idea. You can tweak some of those. I can say -4 and kind of scooch that over. But you get what you want. You put what you want. A little bit of rearranging. Then when you have that, then you can go print it. If you're unfamiliar with Openscad, you can click this render button, which will render it. It'll take a little bit, but not too long. And then once it's rendered, you save the STL file off, and then you're off to the races. So there you go. There's the simple customized dinosaur T-Rex plaque maker thing. So go download it, make some, and also make sure, if you have any really cool ones, go put them on Printables and go put a link. If you post a make or you post a make, it's kind of fun to see those. But also if you make your own version, make sure to go post it. Other people might want it. It's kind of cool to put it out there. And you can link it back. You can just make it what's the word I'm looking for? What's the word I'm looking for in Printables? Yeah, you can make it a mix. So if someone remixes it, there you go, remix. If you make a remix, you can post it back, and that way people can see a bunch of remixes, and they can go kind of choose and see what other cool ideas out there. I think there's I've been trying to have some ideas back and forth with my daughter. We've had a couple of cool ideas. Number 1, Dad. I do still like assistant to the regional manager, but I'm sure there's some other cool ideas out there. But with that, there you go. There's the customized plaque, and I think I just got the Openscad done. Boom. There you go. There's the Openscad. Also, just to let you know, when you fully render it, all the colors go away, because the colors are just there to help you for convenience. Then you save the STL file, then you go slice it. Good deal. Done deal. Okay, so there you go. There's the plaque. Go customize it. Make some cool ones. With that, let's wrap this up with a reminder that 3D printing is an engineering adventure that you're on. You can develop your skills and knowledge, and you can take this in so many ways. You can start a business. You can teach others, and you can make some amazing designs. So design it, engineer it. Thingiverse is all but dead to me now. For its time, it was good. But one thing that always used to annoy me was scrolling. For me, it would scroll horribly and update in a funny way that would then force it to jerk back up a few lines before allowing you to go back down. Printables by Prusa is awesome at this point. It works quickly and reliably and just scrolls wonderfully. The only issue I see with it now is just the huge magnitude of new prints being posted, which is a good thing, but looking through it all is like drinking from a fire hose. How do you fix that? I don't know. The current filters help a lot. Being able to follow people helps a lot. Competition pages help a lot. Shared collections help a lot. And maybe those are enough. At any rate, thanks Prusa for a good job on Printables.com, and thanks for continuing to improve it. That is where Thingiverse failed. They forgot to improve over time.